Hello, my name is Dr. Daniel Gottlieb, and I'm a clinical psychologist and a family therapist. And I'd like to speak with you for a few minutes about your child and your divorce. As we all know, divorce is one of the most difficult things that people go through. But as hard as it might be for parents, is infinitely more difficult for the children. The children were not the ones who initiated it. In most cases, children are not the ones who want the divorce. And in most cases, the children are ultimately the ones who suffer the most, not only in the short run, but also in the long run. And to make things that much more difficult, their voice is usually not heard. Nobody asks them if the parents should divorce. Nobody asks them where they want to live after the divorce. And nobody asks them how the parents should be getting along. Very often parents are so involved in their pain, in their battles, in their sense of loss, that they forget really what's going on with the kids. It is to this end that I decided to write a short book about what it is that children feel when their parents get divorced, how they experience it, the difficulties that they have. And I did so in a manner that hopefully would speak not to the brain of the parent, but to the parent's feelings, to the parent's soul, so that they can feel, they can understand, they can experience what their child is experiencing. Hopefully, if parents are able to do this a little better, the process of the divorce might go a little easier for the children. I'd like to take a moment and just read a few brief selections from the book. The book is called Listen to Me, Your Child and Your Divorce. And I'd like to read just a few brief selections. No one. I did not ask to be born. I did not ask to be born to you. I did not ask you to have trouble getting along with each other. I did not ask you to fight. I did not ask you to yell and scream rather than talking and negotiating, just as you have always expected of me. I did not ask you to get divorced, and I certainly did not ask you to continue fighting even after the divorce. When you fight, I feel like crying. I don't know who is right, and to tell you the truth, I don't really care. When you say unkind things about each other, I feel hurt and confused. I don't like hearing bad things about my parents, and if Dad is really such a lowlife and disgusting, and other things that I'm too embarrassed to repeat, then what does that say about me, his son? When you yell and scream at each other, don't try to tell me that this is just your way of discussing things. I'm not that stupid. After all, I am your kid. The last time I used words like those in discussion, I was severely punished. I'm sure that both of you think that it's really important to express your feelings. But when you do so, the only place I want to be is in my room, in my bed, under my blankets, with music blaring through my earphones. The problem is that music isn't always loud enough to drown out the expressing of your feelings. I hope that this book can be of assistance to parents in better understanding what their children are experiencing during their divorce. There's also a very good book for children who can read the book as it's written on the level of about a 10-year-old child. And this helps children also understand and identify their feelings. Very often children aren't able to put into words what it is that they're feeling, but very often I found that when children read the book, they're able to say, yeah, this is me, this is how I'm feeling, this is what I want my parents to know. So, we all know people who are in the process of divorce, friends, families, neighbors, people in our community. Unfortunately, nobody can say that they don't know anybody who's being divorced. If you have somebody who is getting divorced, or someone who is already divorced, and it's somebody who you care about, I would recommend them this book. This book might be helpful to them to make the process just a little less painful for their children. Thank you.